I'm known around the community, well, I'm not, subscribed to change that almost at 4K, but I'm known around the community as a bit of a Sentinels hater, right? I think some people have said that I might have a bit of a bias against them, and it's true. I embrace it. I think that they have a very large fan base, and that fan base tends to overrate them. However, something unprecedented happened after Masters Bangkok, and that's for the first time since I've been heavily involved in Pro Valorant, I felt like Sentinels were underrated. That's right. I said it in my Discord, join, link in the description, but I've said in my Discord that I think they're an underrated team. Now, granted, their Bangkok run, horrible, but that doesn't mean they're just going to crumble when they come into international play. And they proved me right on Split. A dominant 13-1 over 100 Thieves. 100 Thieves beat them on Split once with this Sage comp. They ran it back, and it did not go how they wanted, to say the very least. So let's go ahead and break down how Sentinels broke 100 Thieves' composition and probably their mental. I've always really liked Boostio's in IGL, but these recent games, not only this one, but when they got eliminated in kickoff, have really had me questioning him. First off, they did not have a good read on the Teo meta, and while that has changed, they still have some of the same issues, and that is time. So they lost to time several times on this particular map, but not even just that. Look at what happens. They take Heaven here, and it's a good execute. You know, you have it. They had this 5 seconds ago, and now we wait, and now we wait, and now we wait. My best guess for why they take this long and let literally all of Sentinels rotate over is they're waiting on Boostio's breach fault line to refresh so that they can go in and take site. But surely you have to be aware of the fact that Sen are going to get here, right? I mean, you have a Yoru comp, for crying out loud. Rotates are going to be pretty fast, but instead of, doing anything, they sit there and kind of just take it. I don't know why you aren't being so proactive with a comp that is literally designed around proactivity with your Raze, with your Teo, with your Breach, but for some reason they just expected to be able to go and chill up there, which is not the case. Boostio's calling a lot of slow rounds, and again, that doesn't really make sense with a comp. Now, I'll briefly touch on why I said what I said earlier about the Teo meta. If you watched one of their interviews, they said that they didn't think Teo was going to be that powerful, and that's kind of why they bombed out at kickoff, along with getting a pretty unfortunate bracket. But, I mean, look at this. We're sitting here, we've done nothing. We've, maybe, you could argue, taken this space if we actually put people in here. But instead, we just use the orb off rip to deny them this aggressive angle and then sit and wait. Now, these 20 seconds are going to be very important later, but EU drones up, sees, okay, there's no one vent. Now, there is a breach stun there, but no one is actually in vent. Xander tries to punish Zekin, but is a bit too slow on the uptake there. Now, watch this middle, because this is where the execute's actually supposed to come in. Zekin realizes that I have a gap in middle, and credit to him, this Yoru ult could have won them the round. As you see here, pings everyone out. Now they know, okay, that's, where the 100 Thieves execute is. Boostio calls for a rotate over to A, and after they wait out these salvos, they decide to go after letting Asuna go and try and distract and keep people on the B site. Overall, solid plan. The issue is that we are slow walking here with 30 seconds left in the round, as Cryo is up here. Now, I'll explain why the time is an issue right here. We're forced here because of the 20 seconds left. Boostio doesn't feel like it's safe to take bomb up to Heaven and clear with, maybe utility. Instead, you have to put your body on the line to clear because they want to go site. They're not able to go site because Zekin stops them. He'd been having a pretty bad series overall, especially up to his standards, but he was able to step up on Split. And, I mean, boom, you've just lost right there with Narrate. Slower calling is not bad overall. It just depends on your IGLing style, but it definitely gets you into a lot of situations where you end up being at a disadvantage and having to make plays that aren't optimal because of how slow and how little time remaining on the clock and how slow your IGLing has been up to this point. So that can cause a lot of issues, especially when you have an explosive comp like this one. But do you know what you won't be slow at getting? And that is Hikikimori merchandise. The link's in the pinned comment. I mean, this is incredible. It's a novel concept. Esports merch that you can wear outside without getting a swirly. All these shirts look great. I'm getting mine soon. Remember to use code LIONZ, that is LIONZ, for 20% off. Someone came from my video, bought a hoodie, didn't use code LIONZ, wasting your money. Come on, so go ahead, use code LIONZ to get some of the best merch in esports. Link in the pinned comment. Let's get back to the video. 100 Thieves called a timeout for this round, and they finally start using their utility correctly. Explosive util forces Zelsis out of Mail, and I mean, you just shouldn't be playing Mail unless you're a Yoru against Teo Breach. It's pretty much impossible. But fun fact for you, 100 Thieves got the first blood 6 times. They only won a single round, only planted the bomb 3 times, but in this round they're able to plant the bomb, and everything kind of goes well. I know Boostio can get joked about as, you know, a Rush A or Rush B type IGL, but it seems like that's when 100 Thieves do a lot better, at least rather than just waiting and waiting and waiting and end up losing on time. I mean, the last 2 rounds that I'm going to show you are egregious by 100 Thieves here, but as you can see, 100 Thieves get the bomb down with the Astro Wall, and it just goes well. Cryo's wall here gets broken by the spike, but they're able to kill, you know, kill Sen. It's the only round they get. Yeah, sorry to spoil that for you. It's the only round that 100 Thieves won. Yeah, it was pretty pathetic after this. Sentinels called a timeout before this round so Kaplan could yell at the players for not letting them go 13-0. They would have gotten so much content out of it. However, Zelsis nearly dies here to this ult. He is jumping out, barely able to survive. But again, win this round, you know, 10, 20 seconds from now, you're going to be thinking, wow, 100 Thieves get a second round. You know, it's going to be a game. It's not just going to be 100 Thieves get bodied by Sentinels. The title's still a work in progress for me. The title very well could be 100 Thieves got bodied by Sentinels. I have no idea, because they did. So Zelsis pops ult here on 1 HP. If you're a long-time watcher of the channel, you know that Viper ults on 1 HP are a big debate on my channel, but Xander gets this. Now it's a 3v2. And while they are a bit ahead of the utility, this looks like a good spot, right? 3v2, you're up numbers, you still have some utility, right? You have all 3 of your kind of, you know, util heavy agents, your Initiator and then your Astra. But I said this when I was live at this exact spot. I watch party almost every America's game and then some EMEA, so make sure to tune into my watch parties. We have a ton of fun. But I said John QT is going to get 2 here. Now, you might be thinking that's absurd. 100 Thieves are going onto an empty B site, and then they back up, and then they go towards John QT. And while some would argue that what I said wasn't accurate, I would say that I simply left out the part where he got all 3, because he didn't. They don't look at him fully. They're not thinking about him. They're more concerned over towards this like back area because they lost around to that as well. So then they look, John QT 1, 2, 3. Boom. 7-1. Zekin basically hands the first blood to 100 Thieves on a platter, and they still lose the round. He's like Yoru cloning, his D key might have been stuck. I don't know what an explanation for that could have been, to be honest with you, but they do nothing with it. Again, 6 first bloods and 1 round win. 1 round win is already inexcusable, but choking the first blood 5 times is insane. Now, not all first bloods are created equal, right? Some first bloods are, I kill you and then I get traded instantly. That is just not as impactful as something like this for 100 Thieves, where they're able to get the first blood, and now it's a 5v4, a true 5v4. The issue is that they just get farmed by whatever site they go to, whatever player, they just lose anyways. You have Cryo lurking up mid here. He created a bit of pressure on B, but it's obvious where 100 Thieves are going now. It's towards A. Narrate gets a kill, rips it, and then Zelsis comes in with the power of, I can't say that, but 2v2 here, and then Sentinels just win it out. I mean, it is actually absurd to me how disjointed 100 Thieves look on some of these rounds. Cryo dies here, and I mean, whenever they get up into this heaven area, it seems like they just look at wherever they died to most recently. So he's going to clear this area when they died there most recently, and then they died here most recently, so he clears that area. I'm not even showing the full round, but the stall here from Sentinels is absolutely absurd. Again, this is probably the most positive Sen video I'll ever make in my life, so go ahead and, I don't know, screen record this. But I like this wall from Cryo, for the record, to make sure that they're not able to push out off that breach stun, or just push out in general. I don't think he put it because of the breach stun. I think that was always the plan, but it does that. The issue is that 100 Thieves still aren't able to go. They're breach stunned, they're breach ulted. And now, with 20 seconds left, you have Bang here sitting ready to farm them. He doesn't care that they have stingers. He has Recon Phantom. He's always going to be good for 1 or 2 there. Cryo tries to save him, but unable to. And Zekin pretty much just bullies them here. This was not fair. He gets in his Yori ult to show his Teo where they're planting, and then EU has to get off the plant because he's going to get swung. Zekken, boom, boom, death, blah, 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 blah. Wow. My favorite team, 100 Thieves, just got the first blood. I sure hope we don't do something stupid. That would suck. Anyways, here's Cryo walking into a wall. Oh well, it's a 4v4, but there's 30 seconds left. I sure hope we don't pivot from A with 30 seconds left to B. This is not a serious organization, bro. At this point, Boostio needs to, like, pick a site out of a hat. He has to just a site, and then they rush it with all their utility. I truly believe they would have gotten more than one round doing that with this comp. I, like, 100% of my heart believe if he picked AB, 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 and just full-on rushed the site, he would have gotten more than one round. Okay, I need to talk about this for a second. Because I truly understand not wanting to have Asuna and Boostio be the ones to double up here, because one Phantom shot, and they probably both die, right? But it seems a bit brain dead to have Asuna on 1 HP with no nade be the one to try and take this 1v1. It just doesn't make sense. Have Cryo heal someone. When his heal comes back online in a second, I guess that's the plan, heal Boostio, but then Asuna's still going to be in a situation where he has to take a 1v1. Cryo ends up going here, heals himself in a second, heals himself, and then Asuna has to take this 1v1. Cryo has to go fight it, and then Asuna 1v2. He can't make it happen here. And I mean, he tries his best. It's just a very impossible situation. So it ends 11-1. This is just kind of absurd. I mean, don't get me wrong. I still think 100 Thieves is a pretty decent team, but you have to fix this. You have to be calling faster because they've lost to time or indirectly to time-related things like half of these rounds. You got 3 plants on your attack side. 3. Like, that is insane to me. You got First Blood 6 times and could only get 1 round. And these First Bloods aren't, like I was saying, low-value First Bloods where, you know, you traded me instantly and it doesn't matter. These were First Bloods where 40 seconds left in the round, it's still a 5v4. It is absurd. When a team loses this badly, you start to complain about a lot of things that you wouldn't complain about if they didn't lose this badly. For example, right here, Asuna is playing in a spot where it's really hard to play against Breach Tail, but he doesn't die because of that. And good for him, you know? He, I don't know, maybe thinks they're not going to run a trap play to invest that much utility on a pistol round, but for whatever reason, he thinks it's okay to play here, and I'm fine with that. The issue is he kills Zekken, goes down on his rope, starts parkouring, and then doesn't try and back off. Granted, hit the headshot on Bang, so, you know, normally that's a kill on a pistol. It just is, when you lose this badly, you're looking at it as, why aren't you backing off? Why aren't you trying to play numbers? But it, you know, if a team isn't losing this badly, I'm not criticizing this, and I'm still not fully criticizing. I'm just pointing out, hey, this happened. You know, do with that what you will. Do with that information what you will. Boostio, though, kills Celsius, right? The battle of the alleged racist, and he comes out on top. Not sure if that's a good or bad thing. But John QT here drones in onto Cryo. And again, you're up numbers, right? Bang is super low. This round should be won. But it's not. And 100 Thieves just kept throwing away numbers. You could say they threw it away 100 times, if you will. Bring back the good old 100 throws. And even in this 2v4 after you've lost, right? You still have a decent chance. Narrate and Bang, both really, really low. Boostio has full util, minus a flash. EU has his salvos. But John QT here wins the round for them in this position. It's so, so good because it wastes so much time. Look at this. Boostio ends up having to re-clear it. He's paranoid. He clears it. QT kills him. Now, EU just uses salvos. His salvos will have virtually no impact by the time he's done killing John QT. Look at the time he's wasting. Wasted, 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 wasted. Now you're finally back here. And because of this delay, in a situation where you might have been able to just easily kill these guys, now they have an awesome crossfire. It doesn't matter that they're 20 HP because of this. And Narrate, I mean, it doesn't even matter after he just does that. But absolutely beautiful from Sentinels. Again, their protocol was something else. They got destroyed by the same split comp when they played them originally, and they were not going to let that happen again. It was honestly a thing of art to watch them play here. That's going to be all. So go ahead and click on one of these 2 videos if you liked it. Shout out to my members. I love all of you, but I love the ones that are Lion and Cub tier a tiny bit more. So all my links are in the description. Go join the Twitter, or join the Discord. Follow me on Twitter. Remember, Hakiki Mori merch, code LIONZ, LIONZ for 20% off any merchandise. and have a wonderful rest of your day. See ya.